Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and gays.
From gutters to gay bars and everywhere in between.
Here to finish off your Tuesday, it's your three besties, two brunettes and a gay.
Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to Two Brunettes and a Gay. We're dancing in the studio here, having a good old time.
Oh, yeah.
How's everybody this week?
It's good. We're good.
Feeling good. Good to be back. Tell me, guys, I missed out this weekend. How was it? What did we get up to?
You've been away, you lucky duck.
I've been away.
You have, but no, we've been quite busy, haven't we, Deanna?
Look, we've been painting the town red, really.
Painting the town red. First we went to Illuminate.
We did.
Thursday
we went
night.
to Mirror, and then we went to Resonate.
It was.
Did it resonate with you?
It was quite resonational.
I don't think that's a word.
Resonational
Sure, we'll take
word.
that.
No, I just made it up,
Check
but
the
whatever.
dictionary. No, but it's such a good festival, and what I really hope is that Adelaide gets out there and experiences it, because Adelaide is known for being hibernation station in winter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
Yes.
always bloody complain, like, there's nothing going on in Adelaide, nothing happens, but it gets to winter and there's all these awesome events, but no one goes.
I'm so glad we actually have like a really long winter festival going on, like in the middle of winter, because I feel like when that first started, it was like, oh, this is actually quite, good. It's a reason to get out the house, because I feel like when it gets really cold, you can just sit there and hibernate and you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But if you give yourself, you never want to do it, and you're like, no, I wish I was not going tonight. But then you get there and you're like, actually, this was fun.
The only
Yeah.
thing that pesters me is like when you go out and it's raining. That's the only thing that's annoying. But the rest of it, if
and
it's just the cold, you
Just
can...
messes with your hair.
it's... Look, it was a fabulous festival.
Good to hear.
We
A
had a
very
lot of
fabulous
fun.
festival. We did. And we also went to another fabulous cabaret show.
Yeah, I know I missed out so much. I was gone for 4 days, not even 3.5, and I missed out 3 different events.
3 different huge fabulous events. Bobby Fox.
Mr. Bobby Fox, whom you might have remembered we interviewed maybe 3-4 weeks ago on the show.
Yep.
He was finally down here for his Mr. Entertainment tour here in Adelaide, which was a lot of fun as well. We were highly entertained.
Look, spectacular voice and talent. I was inspired by his Irish dancing, I have to say.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to say that if I tried Irish dancing, I'd look more like Sharon Strzelecki.
Well, then that's something that we need to see.
So I might need to get in touch with Bobby and see if he can give me a few, personal lessons.
A few moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in that venue, after everyone had a few champagnes, everyone wanted to Irish dance.
Teach you the ropes.
Whether they wanted to or not, it will look like Irish dancing anyway.
No, but Celeste, how was the Gold Coast?
Yeah.
Look, the Gold Coast was lovely. I'm quite familiar with the Gold Coast now. After you living there for a couple of years, Deanna, and us visiting quite often, I'm quite familiar with it. I know a lot of the spots.
Yep.
And I have my favourite places. So, Pack Fair is always a must when I go to Queensland, and especially with end of financial year sales. Absolutely love that. Do tend to jump around a bit in terms of where we stay, because it is with my husband's work. So this time they had us in Surfers. Which I haven't stayed in Surfers Paradise for. I know you stayed in Surfers when you went a couple months ago.
Yep.
But I've always kind of been in Broadbeach, or where Deanna was in Mermaid Beach. Last time was even Southport. So Surfers Paradise, I hadn't been since I was a kid.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
right. It's
Haven't
kind of
been.
the same, but not really at the same time.
Yes.
It's more, I don't know, like really touristy.
It's very
these
touristy,
days.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
touristy. And a lot of things I kind of remember, like, some of the stores and things. I was like, I remember this from 20 years ago. My God.
Time zone and all that stuff.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then some things were completely new, obviously. But I made an interesting observation in my travels there. And when I thought about it, I thought, I feel like this every time I'm away, whether it be on a staycation, interstate or overseas. And when we come back, I want to see if you two have made the same observation.
Welcome back, everyone.
That was atrocious.
Look, we're going to apologise. There was supposed to be the clean version
Please
of the
don't
song.
go F yourself.
No, please don't.
Please stay with us.
Please stay with us. We're going to apologise. It was supposed to be the clean
Celeste
version
was in
of
charge
the
of
song.
the music this week.
Little technological difficulty happening there. right now. It might
That song was vulgar.
But
That
I mean, like,
song was vulgar.
if you're up for it at 5 o'clock, then good on you. If it was a bit much, we apologise.
If you're listening on the podcast, play the song vulgar before you come in back into this part, and it'll make much more sense what we're talking about.
Yes, yeah, definitely will. Now, we forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, but it's actually our 21st show today.
21.
So we're 21. We're claiming it.
We can finally drink.
We can finally drink on the show.
Has that
Yeah.
stopped us? We've been drinking since we were 1 then.
It's been a
Drinking since we were
lifetime.
infants.
It is our 21st show, which means we've got a little 21st birthday special coming up for you later in the show.
Celebration.
But Celeste, you said that you made an interesting observation in the Gold Coast that you wanted to talk to us all about.
I did. And when like I said, before the break, I made an interesting observation when I was staying in the Gold Coast. And when I thought about it, I thought, I've noticed this pretty much everywhere that I've stayed. So let me paint you a picture. I arrived into the Gold Coast on Thursday morning, kind of Thursday lunchtime. And generally speaking, with hotels, you can't check in until later in the afternoon, which wasn't a problem because being that we were there for my husband's work, we had things booked in on the Friday and the Saturday. When we arrived on the Thursday, we thought we'll go and actually do something. So we went to Pac Fair, get those end of financial year sales in, right? We were at Pac Fair until 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So well into the afternoon, way into check-in time. Jump in the car, because we did have a car, drive down to the hotel in Surfers, go to check in. Now, it's not a hotel that I have stayed in before. I won't mention the name, but it's not a hotel that I had stayed in before. Although, funnily enough, my parents had actually stayed in this hotel years ago, and I recognised it from a photo from when I was a kid. So,
Really?
so interesting, right?
Sense of familiarity.
That's exactly right.
That's the word.
So we get into our room, and it's a cute little room with, a bedroom and a little kitchen and bathroom. And we were meeting some of his work colleagues for dinner on the first night that we arrived, because some of the other interstaters had also arrived staying in the same hotel. So we tend to kind of, do meals together sometimes. So I thought, you know what, I need a refresh. I've flown, I've shopped, I've done it all. I need to take off my makeup. I need to start again, and just feel fresh to go out to dinner. Right? Get tizzed up,
Pour a vino, get yourself in the mood.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So get in, put your bags down, right? And then I go, I'm just going to do my makeup, take my makeup off. And I go to do my makeup, and I think, oh, where am I going to do my makeup? Oh, God, it's quite dark in here. I'll turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hold on. The lights are already on.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I said to my husband, would you believe that all the lights in this hotel room are on? And he's like, no, they're not. The light in the bedroom's not on. And I was like, that's not a light. That's a fire alarm.
Oh.
There was not a light in the bedroom. It was only 2 lamps. And not even the lamps. You know how sometimes in hotels they have the lamps where you can, turn them up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can dial them up or down.
Wait, sorry, I just have to create the visual here because Celeste is actually doing
The arms.
this arm movement, turn them up, and she's moving her head sideways. You might have to check the reel
I
out for
mean
that.
actually physically, not the dimmer. I mean actually physically move the lights.
lampshade up,
The lampshade up and down so it can have
had
light
that.
in different directions in the room.
Fancy.
No, these were permanently downwards. And so I'm sitting there going, where on earth am I going to do my makeup? I couldn't do it in the bathroom. It had 1 light. That's not enough in a dark bathroom. So do you know where I did it? In the kitchen. And I thought to myself, how can this be all the lights that this room has? It's dark in here. How am I supposed to get rid? It's all well and good when it's daytime. We had a beautiful room facing the ocean, and during the day when all the blinds were open and our balcony was open, plenty of light.
Yeah.
But at night time, nothing. And I thought, you know what? Now that I think about this is a common occurrence in hotel rooms.
Yes, so much.
There's never enough light. So I thought, am I the only one that's made this observation? I wanted to ask Aaron, something you've noticed or no? Am I on my own? Am I out on my ledge?
I think you're on your own. I've always seen a main light. I don't know what hotels you're staying in, but I've always seen a main light of sorts that I can brighten up the room with.
Do you think that maybe because you don't do makeup, you don't realise it though?
100%.
Well, that's true, but I spend a lot of time doing my hair though, and looking at myself in the mirror.
You spend a lot of time doing that?
Because I'm quite pretty. I spend a lot of time getting ready, doing my hair, all that kind of stuff. And if there's not enough light, then then I'd be complaining too. But no, I haven't had that experience, I have to say.
Shocked, Deanna?
No, I've had experience so many times.
Really?
Yes. You're trying to do hair, I don't think you notice it as much in the bathroom. When
Yeah,
you're trying to
maybe
do
not.
makeup and you're getting really close to a mirror and trying to put a fine line on your eye or something like that, you're like, I can't see anything in here.
okay.
It's not like you can turn your phone light on and shine it in the mirror because it just shines back in your face. Like you can't see it properly.
Yeah, okay.
It's the most frustrating thing.
All right.
And I've, always had this thought, why? Why is it to save energy? Is it because people will just leave electricity on in hotel rooms?
Well, this led me and my husband to have a conversation about it because we thought, why is this the case? And I said, do you think it's because, obviously the location of the hotel being that, the room is quite open with lots of windows and a balcony. Is it so people can't see in as of a nighttime? So if you have all the lights on, people can look directly into your room? Is it like a privacy thing?
Maybe.
But I can also close the blinds. I just like not to go out to dinner with my face looking atrocious because I did my makeup in the pitch black.
Well, I've got news for you, Celeste.
You're like, did you do your makeup in the pitch black this morning?
What do we
Do you
call
not have
this?
lights in your own house?
No, I think it is. I think it's just a privacy thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But have you had any shitty hotel experiences?
Oh, I've had plenty of shitty hotel experiences in my lifetime. I have to say though, none of them here in Adelaide.
Oh,
Go
okay.
Adelaide, because we've got some pretty amazing hotels.
We do
here.
actually.
Yeah.
I will second that.
We've
Yes.
had some fabulous hotels here, but no. The thing is, because I've stayed in some really amazing hotels, it's really shocking when you do stay in a really bad one.
Yes.
it just hits you like
You just notice everything.
every single thing. And I'll tell you, my last shitty hotel experience in the GC as well.
Back in the Gold Coast.
Back in the GC, we should talk after and see if it's the same hotel.
I wonder if it is.
Well, actually, it wouldn't know because there's a big major light in there.
We had a
so-
meeting while I was away. You saw my room.
Oh yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Did that look familiar?
No, it didn't look familiar.
Okay, maybe different hotel.
No, unless I'd been in there before when I was drunk. Who knows?
Maybe you visited that room another time.
We will
Another
never,
time,
never know.
another place. But no, this one I stayed in the GC, it was an accumulation of different things that made it a shit hotel, right? So first of all, when we checked in, the staff were quite rude. Very abrupt.
Oh, hate
no
that.
customer service.
Hate it.
Terrible. And the thing that really pissed me off was the fact that every time I left the hotel or came back in, they would never greet me.
Yeah, right.
They would look away. And I actually made it an effort to kind of just keep looking at them to see whether they're going to
Stare
catch
them
my
down?
eye.
Make contact.
Just sit in the lobby and
contact.
stare them down.
But nothing. They didn't. And so that was annoying. The second thing, the shower was in the bathtub, right?
Oh my God, that's so common in hotel rooms though.
It's common in hotel rooms. Look, I've got a shower over the bathtub at home, so
do
I'm
you?
used to it. I am. Yeah, it's, But the fact is, this hotel room in particular, the roof was so low. I kept banging my head on this bloody roof.
I've had that experience before.
And it was horrible.
You're like,
And
I feel like I'm in jail.
on top of that, the fan didn't work. So you're
no,
just
but-
basically in a sauna and you're like, I can't see anything. I can't breathe.
That's actually common practice in
They don't have
Queensland.
exhaust fans.
They don't have exhaust fans. Like everywhere I even lived up there and on friends' houses and things, they actually, which is surprising because it's so humid and you need it because the mold goes rampant.
You're correct. How does that work?
They
There's
don't
no-
have
there's
exhaust
no
fans. They
exhaust
never do.
fans.
Yeah.
Exhaust
It's
fans
very
are
rare.
exhausting over there,
It's
apparently.
very
That's
rare.
exhaust fanning.
Exhaust fanning. But the thing that really got me out of all of it was the room service. So
So you ordered yourself a little nibble.
Oh, no.
A bottle of champagne.
No, I brought my own and I'm a cheapskate. No, the thing is, I like rooms to make up the room, right? So we'd leave in the morning and we'd put the little sign on the door, please make up my room, whatever. And 3 of the times we got back, they hadn't even come and cleaned our room at all.
Ooh.
So we didn't have fresh towels. Our bed wasn't made up. And side note, when you are on a queen, you're saying that you've got a queen bed, don't make it 2 bloody doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's ridiculous.
a small queen.
Small bloody queen,
Tiny queen.
I'm a tiny queen. But yeah, so the thing, and so the part of the thing that they didn't make the room up with, that really got up my goat, was the fact that there was no toilet scrubber.
Oh, yeah. We will. After our conversation last week, we know how you feel about the toilet not being scrubbed.
Me casa, poo casa.
I really have a passion for toilet scrubbers. There was no toilet scrubber. They didn't make the room up. You go and figure out what the
I always wonder what
consequences
to
were.
get you for your birthday, but I think I know next
Say
year.
you have a passion for toilet
I
scrubbers.
love a good toilet scrubber because it's an essential item.
Okay, well, we know what to get you for Christmas.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
A jewel
Easy.
encrusted toilet scrubber.
So,
Done.
you know,
Dodgy hotels.
that's what I noticed.
Well,
I
I mean,
know.
look, I'm going up to Port Douglas tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not in a dodgy hotel,
I
but
would
you'll all
love
find
to
out.
hear your feedback on your light situation.
Yeah.
I will report back on the light situation next Tuesday from Port Douglas.
And the toilet scrubber situation.
And the toilet scrubber. I will
Thanks very
check in
much.
with that,
Yep.
and I'll let you all know.
Ladies, it's Tuesday tea time again.
Tea. Where's my tea? Why do we never have tea on tea time?
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Why
We're
do
just
we never
dishing
have
teas
wine
that we're
on
not
tea
drinking.
time?
I know, because
Oh,
if we had tea at like 5 o'clock, we'd probably be asleep by the end of the show.
No, it's Tuesday tea time with all the entertainment news from around the world. Now, the first one, we can't escape this heart-stopping news, which I just... Do you know, when I heard this news last week, my sister messaged me. She text messaged me.
Should we get the violin out, Aaron?
Oh, we can put that in the poster. The news. So she texted me, like this was 5:30 in the morning, and all I got from my sister was, Madonna's unresponsive.
Oh, no! Oh, you would have died.
I got a similar text message when Michael Jackson died. I remember being like,
Yes, same. The same.
Michael Jackson?
Because I was on my way to work when Michael Jackson passed away as well, and it was like a similar kind of scenario. I was on my way to work. There was things going on. No one knew what was happening. So my sister, thank you for letting me know, but not giving me a full update. My sister
So you
let
went
me know
into full
this.
freak out mode.
I woke up at 6:30, and that was the first thing I saw, and I went, "Oh my god!" My heart just stopped. She is the last of the original legends. Like she is the last of the original pop stars in my like.
In your eyes,
In my
she's
eyes.
kind of like the one
I mean,
left.
we still got,
Of your
Dolly and
generation.
Elton, but my generation, Madonna, she's one of the last standing icons, superstars even. So I got this message, and the first thing I did was Google it. And luckily, her manager, Guy Osiri, had put out a post basically saying that she's okay, she's recovering. She was in the ICU. She's been released from the ICU, but she'd been fighting a bacterial infection.
Right.
So, obviously, as they say, she's gone from material girl to bacterial girl. So, I love
We are
Madonna.
living in a bacterial world.
Where did she pick up this bacteria? What's she been doing?
Well, they haven't actually released any more details about it yet. So, and
dodgy.
to people out there that are listening in on the podcast or the radio, I am the biggest Madonna fan ever, so don't troll me on that comment. But I have to say, they haven't released any further details. What they have said is that yesterday that she has been fighting or had been fighting a fever for weeks before that. Mm-hmm. And she'd been doing 12-hour rehearsal days.
Ooh.
And she's a bit old.
So she's, well,
Because just to clarify, she has a big tour coming up
a massive tour, like a 90-day concert tour.
that you have tickets to.
I have tickets to Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona in November. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Barcelona in November.
So to clarify, is that show still going ahead?
So all dates they've currently been postponed. So I'm praying and hoping. So apparently I saw today. So her best friend Rosie O'Donnell. You know Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell. She made a couple of comments saying that she's been at home with her. She's absolutely recovering like a legend. That she's fine. She's strong. She's healing. And obviously she'd been fighting some kind of infection. But obviously that old school mentality that I wish I had. I'm a whinger. If as soon as I get a little sniffle, I bloody lay down and go, I'm sick.
You're like, oh no, I've got to rest.
I've got to rest.
We're a bit different.
You're the
Celeste and I
opposite.
are pusher through. We push her through.
You're good that way. I wish I could be like that.
through.
But if you push through at the age of 64, unfortunately, these things can happen. So I'm just hoping and praying that she's feeling better. And if she's listening to Radio Italia Uno by any chance, Madonna, we love you. Get better soon and make sure you make that November date. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I definitely think she's tuned in for sure. So she would have heard.
Well, she's part Italian, so come on.
Look, I mean, you can hear by listening to this show, like he is visibly worked up about this.
He's not happy.
You should have seen my face. And I told Mark straight away. I woke Mark up like, Mark,
You
Mark.
woke your husband up to tell him.
Yeah, I woke him up at 6 there. Mark, Madonna's unresponsive. He's like,
He was like, thank God.
That's not the emotional reaction I wanted.
Oh,
He's
my
like, oh, thank God I don't have to see her in Barcelona. But get well soon, Madonna. Get well soon.
Sending the bacterial girl lots of lots of good wishes.
Lots of well
Get
wishes.
well
And
wishes.
she's a fighter. She's always been a fighter. She'll be fine.
Well,
but,
speaking of concerts, I mean, the one that's been on the tip of everyone's tongue, Taylor Swift.
Tay Tay is a
Tay
great
Tay.
great.
Tay Tay, her concert tickets went on sale last week between Monday and Friday, whether they were VIP, pre-sale, whatever, Amex,
Amex.
Qantas, I don't know, Bunnings tickets, whatever you get, general admission if you couldn't get any of the other ones. They all went on sale last week.
Yep.
People were going nuts for those tickets. I've had conversations with singers, students that I worked with who said, I put aside, like this many thousands of dollars to try and get tickets, but I didn't get any. My God, people were committed.
Oh, and the weird thing is, so just for shits and giggles, Mark logged in because he's got an Amex, so he logged in and he was able to select tickets if he wanted to. Put it on his Instagram story like, "Yay, finally in for Tay Tay." We didn't buy a ticket.
Oh, but this is the thing. Do you know how much you could have sold those tickets? I don't know if this is advice I should be
Didn't
giving.
want any bad karma.
But you could have bought them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sold them.
Have either of you been to a Tay Tay concert before?
Yes, I've been with you to a Taylor concert.
Have you been to a
concert
Taylor
last time
concert?
she came to Australia?
we did come. We went the last time she came to Australia.
How is she?
She was actually excellent.
Yeah.
She is.
I
She's very
wasn't
entertaining.
expecting much because I can't say I'm a huge Tay Tay fan. Like I
Yeah.
don't dislike her, but
No.
I'm just not a huge fan.
Yeah.
But we did happen to go along. We had really good seats.
2016,
as
if I remember
well.
correctly. It
Yeah,
was a
we
while
had
back.
a good package or whatever it was to go and
love a
see the
good
show.
package.
I
Yeah.
know, like it was. That's always a must.
Top of the list, a good package.
She actually put on a really good show.
Yeah,
So
she did.
I-
Well, interesting. So she's doing 7 shows between Melbourne
Yeah,
and
she's
Sydney.
up them now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right. So she's doing 7 shows, and in those 7 shows, she is estimated to earn $35 million.
Wow. Well, she's
Great,
working
great.
her butt off for it, I have to say. Her show is 3.5 hours long.
That's incredible.
That's longer than most gay relationships.
Well, I actually, funnily enough, I saw such an interesting story. I don't know if it's interesting. You'll probably be like, this is ridiculous. I saw an interesting story when I was at the gym again. I was at the gym this
From your
morning.
friend?
They said Aussies have spent over $126 million on Taylor Swift concert tickets for her shows next year.
Wow.
But the Australian economy lost over $200 million in productivity for people waiting online to buy tickets.
Jeez.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that crazy?
See, like, to all the Taylor Swift fans out there, as she says, you need to calm down. But the thing is, look, I actually like Taylor Swift. I love her songs.
Yeah, she's very
think she's
entertaining.
a very, 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 great songwriter. But her fans,
Bit crazy.
those Swifties are freaking nuts. I saw a story the other day that some of her fans are wearing diapers to the show.
So they don't have to
So
leave.
they don't have to leave their spot and go to the toilet, so they don't miss a thing out of the 3.5 hours. That's disgusting.
You
I
couldn't.
don't think that's a first though. Like,
No,
I feel
I
like
don't
there's
think-
other concerts where crazy fans have been
I just
doing
think
the
it's
same
becoming
thing.
more normal now, which I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same with like movies. Like you don't have to make it longer to make it better. Keep it to 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Keep it clean. Away you go. People can go to the toilet without having to wear a diaper.
Well, look. You've been told. If you're listening to the show, it's been said here. Aaron has let it.
I don't want any bad blood with the Swifties, but
Yeah,
but,
well, I think you got some.
but
man.
they're all a bit
No.
nuts. But
I get it.
we
though.
love Tay Tay.
Like
anyway.
if they're willing to like save up all their pennies and instead of go on a trip to Europe, go to Tay Tay.
Yeah.
Then I guess, you're like, well, if you leave to go to the toilet, let's say, by the time you leave and you come back, let's say you miss 15 minutes to the show.
Yeah.
Probably cost you like $300 to go to the toilet.
Isn't that
So you might
insane?
want to, I think that the diapers are a good idea.
Well, are we pissed that she's not coming to Adelaide? Like, are we a little bit upset, or are we kind of it's half expected now? Ed came. Ed came.
Yeah, I
Good
actually
old
think
Ed.
she probably could have filled Adelaide Oval.
Oh,
by the sounds of
Definitely
things.
could have filled
3
Adelaide
times over.
Oval.
She could have filled the Adelaide Oval, so I think it's courteous to, come and not just be like, oh, the biggest states. And I know they're saving a lot of money by not
Yeah.
moving the production around.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's a
but
huge production too. So.
I don't know, yeah. I don't think it's goodwill, but anyway,
Oh, well.
although I'm not a Swiftie.
Yeah.
No, but Gaga didn't as well, and we flew to see her. So
We did.
That's true.
I can't say too much. All right, coming up after the break, we've got our special 21st birthday episode shenanigans. So stay tuned for more Two Brunettes and a Gay. Earlier in the show, we are celebrating our 21st birthday episode.
Woohoo!
We need one of those things right
I feel
now.
like we need Aaron's goat.
So
We're looking pretty good for 21.
we are
Jeez.
21 and we are ready to get into some trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Do we need to turn 21 to get into some trouble?
Probably not.
Oh, look, I've always gotten into trouble.
It's
no matter
all-
what age.
I feel like every show it's always only downhill from here, really. So 21 shouldn't make too much of a difference. But 21st birthday, Celeste. What's your 21st? What did you do for your 21st birthday? I mean, I was there, but what did you do?
I know. It's nice that you came as my sister. Well, I actually didn't plan a 21st birthday. I had quite a big 18th, so I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to do the big 21st. And my 21st, you guys ended up surprising me with a little high tea. Which was lovely,
Where did
absolutely
we do it?
beautiful.
Why
That was
can't
at
I
your
remember?
house.
Did I do it at my house?
That was
Gee,
at your
I'm lovely,
pre-divorce
aren't
home.
I?
Oh, those memories.
I'm such a nice person.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember it as you're saying it now.
Yes, it was beautiful. So that was quite a cute little celebration. But the main reason I didn't want to was because I wanted to go to the US for my 21st birthday, which I did. After months and months of fighting with my dad, hi Dad, about letting me go to America for my 21st birthday, my mum and dad, finally got on board, and that's what I did for my 21st. So I had a beautiful high tea, but yeah, America was my trip. What about you, Aaron? What did you do for your 21st? I wasn't at it.
No, you weren't. No, that
Rude.
was that was before we even knew each other. I should have still invited you. No, for my 21st, I actually had a heroes and villains party at the old Adelaide jail.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you?
it was a costume party. It was
Who
pretty
did you
cool.
dress up as?
Well, this is the thing that really pissed me off. This was the only thing that went wrong on the night, right? So, I left the costume to last minute. I was worrying more about the event itself, the invites, who was coming, the alcohol, the food, everything. And it got to the last minute. I went, oh crap! I need to get my costume. And so, what I really wanted to go as, because he's my favorite superhero of all time, was Batman.
Okay.
So I went around to the costume shops, and we're talking like 2007. So this is before online shopping, before
wasn't a
you could
thing yet.
easily go and grab something and get it within like a day or
This
whatever.
is like hire a costume.
This is hire a costume, and believe me, some of the hire places in Adelaide are pretty derelict.
They were so dodgy.
Back in the
I
day, I'm
agree.
saying
Everything was so manky.
and so where I searched 3 costume shops, and they were the most hideous looking Batman costumes I'd seen. And so in the end, I ran out of time, and so I was like, I don't know, what can I go as that I've got, the clothes for? And I don't know why I picked this. I picked Rambo.
Rambo, you.
I was the most twiggiest Rambo you'd ever seen in your life.
So wait, we're
I have to share
talking
a
like
picture of this.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I had like the kind of black mullety hair
That's
with a
great.
red band and like a black tank top and army pants, and yeah, it was good fun though. Like there are still people that have been messaging me many years later that I'm great friends with, saying that is still one of the most amazing parties I've ever been to in
I
my
could
life.
just imagine.
It was-
Sounds fun. I'm glad I was there.
it was
because
great fun.
you're a big party, your family a big party animal, so it
Huge.
just would have gone off.
Yeah, it did. Literally.
Literally.
What did you do for yours?
Well, Celeste and I actually had a joint 18th, 21st. Yeah, she managed.
Guess
to,
who the older one is?
She managed to get jump on board with mine and
Yeah.
then have her 21st trip to
Well,
America.
yeah,
on top of it.
like I said, my 18th was pretty big because it was
Yeah.
technically joint with Deanna's 21st.
Right.
But I had it. We had it at the tunnels downstairs at the Lion Hotel,
yeah, good
and
spot.
it was an all that glitters theme.
We may be in Vort.
And we were just trying to
Cute.
work out why you weren't there, because obviously we knew you at that point, and
was-
you would have been invited.
But was that the same year that we went to Mount Gambier?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You and I shared the actual day of my 21st birthday.
Yeah.
We were all on tour with the Funkies.
Which was also Aaron's birthday, but he's just older.
He was just
Yeah,
he was
I'm-
23
yeah, I
and
was
I was
23 at
21
the
on the
time.
same day.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
were in Mount Gambier.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
went to Faster Pasta
On tour.
in Mount Gambier for dinner.
We called that the Not So Faster Pasta Tour.
It was not
It
fun.
took
was
like
about-
2 hours to come
Yeah,
out.
it literally took 2 hours for the pasta to come out.
Shout out to my husband who's actually in Mount Gambier tonight and
Oh, hey,
probably
Jake.
at Faster Pasta.
There you go. I don't know if there's any other I think that was the first and the last time I've been to Gambia.
Yeah. We saw the Blue Lake on
We
the way
did see
home.
the
It was
Blue
good fun.
Lake, but that was the actual birthday. But yeah, party at the Lion with all the family and the friends and the cocktails, and it was a lot of fun. But in memory of our 21st birthday today, well, in our celebration, should I say, of our 21st birthday.
Celebration station.
We put together a little list of things that we have, I guess, done together over the last 15 odd years that we've been working together. We've put 21 memories together for you all. So we might do a few before we throw to the break. Let's start with number one. Aaron, what's your first memory?
Well, my first memory is when I first met you girls.
Yeah.
No.
So you girls were auditioning
Yeah, for the Funkies.
for the Funkies back in the day. And my first memory is that you actually thought I was straight.
100%.
I must have been Butch Cassidy on the day.
You were actually really hard to pick back then.
Wow.
I
And
don't-
that's when I was at my most gayest, if you can
yeah,
believe
because
it.
I remember realising that you were gay when you introduced your boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
That was when I remember. That was
I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is.
No, when I realised Aaron was gay, but I just remembered not thinking he was gay the first time we met him.
Yeah, isn't that bizarre?
There you go.
That just shocks me.
Number
because
two.
I was very camp.
Oh, look, one of the best memories I think has to go on the top 21. Well, top 21. One of the best memories is when we did Elder Park Carols. We did it twice.
We did.
We
Yep.
did it twice. We were very blessed to do it twice.
Yep.
The first time was actually right after meeting you. It was only within 2 months of meeting you
Not
that
long.
first time. And then the second time was a couple of years later.
Yep.
And just the crowd, the energy. We're talking 35 to 40,000 people.
Yeah, my very first show with the Funkies, and I remember getting to bring Santa on stage at Elder Park. That was wicked.
What a memory.
It was the coolest thing because
know.
I love children's
Yeah.
entertainment. I mean, we all love children's entertainment. I have a particular affinity for children's entertainment. Like, I really wanted to be a kids' entertainer. I had done some before being in the
Yeah.
Funkies.
Well, you
as
do
well.
look like Humphrey, so...
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
And look, if you want to, if
Yeah,
you
that's
need
true.
to go, if you need to leave Aaron and I to go do a career in children's entertainment, we totally understand.
Well, you know, it's funny. I've
Off
always
you go.
said that, one day when I retire, my retirement project will be I'm going to be a fairy. I'm going to do kids stuff. That was the one children's role I never got to play was a fairy, and it's my ultimate goal in life.
Well,
So one
that's just
day.
how I live my life.
Yeah.
I'm a fairy.
I know.
just
Aaron's a
permanently
full-time fairy.
You're a full-time fairy. All right.
Deanna, what's yours?
Mine is Aaron dressing up in drag while we were in Mount Gambier.
So just a regular
actually.
Tuesday night.
Just a regular Tuesday night. Aaron, we had, dressing, while we were in Mount Gambier for my 21st/your 23rd birthday, dressing up in drag, and then I think you probably were streaking in the car park at some point. You had way too much to drink.
Definitely.
So
Or
it was
just
good.
enough.
Just enough, that's right.
There may or may not be a picture. There may or may not be.
There may or may not
I've
be.
deleted all that evidence. But I remember we left, we got there, and the first thing we said is, sip and save. Sip and save.
Yep.
Sip and save.
And
Oh,
our
it was a
manager
great
at the
night.
time was like, I can't. And we were like, you can do it. You can take us.
You can do it. My next memory. So my first, long-term boyfriend, he and I broke up. I moved to Perth with him. He and I broke up, and I moved back to Adelaide. And it was crazy because I just moved back. It was probably the week of moving back.
Because what year did you move to Perth? We met you in 2008.
I moved to Perth in end of 2009, and I came back end of 2010. So I was there about a year.
Yeah.
And I was in Rundle Mall, and I was doing a bit of shopping, and I wasn't in a good place. And all of a sudden, I saw you two girls
JJ's.
at
Oh, in Rundle
JJ's.
Mall.
walking
that's
walking
right.
out of
That's
JJ's.
all I could afford back in the day, the old JJ's.
It was JJ's.
But no, it was amazing because then you were like, please come back to the Funkies.
Yeah, we
we
were
need
literally
you. We're
like-
desperate. And I was like, oh, if I must. And the rest is history because look how much we've done.
Yes,
know.
and definitely everyone was like, yeah, we're stoked to have Aaron back. And so there we go.
So
But
thank you to that boyfriend for breaking up with
Yeah.
Aaron, or Aaron
Yeah.
breaking
Yeah.
up with that boyfriend because we got him back.
Thanks,
appreciate
Turdface.
that. We're back with our 21st birthday show. Trip down memory lane, I think we should call this. a little trip down memory lane. We figured, we've been on air for 21 shows now, and we've kind of told a few stories here and there, but
It's our coming of age.
we've got so many stories. It's just not even funny. So
Some that we'd prefer to forget.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Mambo number 5.
This is a great one. So actually, it's not our first interstate show. It's listed on our list as our first interstate show, the Red Earth Arts Festival in Karuna, Western Australia, but it actually wasn't, because Sydney Fringe, I think, was our first interstate show.
Oh, that was
We
too.
did Sydney Fringe first.
Yep.
But our second interstate show, we got the call up for a festival we had never heard of, and we were just ecstatic. We were like, oh my God, word of Two Brunettes and a Gay has reached Western Australia.
We're
top of
taking the
Western
world by
Australia.
storm by this point.
Yeah.
And maybe it had something to do with the fact that Aaron had lived there a few years prior and left a mark. I don't know. But either way, we were so excited. And we knew about this show months in advance. Mm-hmm. So, we boarded our flight, 3 hours, just the three of us as well. We didn't have any guests. Just the three of us. We got to Perth, and then Perth we got on a little...
teeny tiny.
a little teeny tiny plane and flew north up to Karuna, which is a mining town.
In the Dampier region,
Yep.
Yes,
near Port Hedland.
Absolutely beautiful little town with incredible people. So small though, like really small. I remember the memories that we created. We checked into our hotel, and within our hotel, because we were there for a festival that they were actually putting on for, I guess, the miners in the town. They were trying to bring things to the town to give people more reason to want to actually go there and stay there.
Yep.
So the Red Earth Arts Festival was, I think, a 2-day festival, and we were performing 5 shows in one night.
We were.
Back to back.
So we checked into our hotel, all the other performers, and we thought, let's go explore Karuna. So we went to a local beach, and I don't remember what the beach was called. It was a beautiful local beach.
My memory.
And we ended up with a stalker.
That's right.
We ended up with a stalker.
That was our first.
It
stalker.
wasn't my ex.
It wasn't. No, he
No.
didn't follow us. No, it was a fellow performer that just popped up everywhere we went.
I remember we were struggling to remember his name, and I won't say his full name on air, but I feel like his first name was Grant.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes,
it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
His first name was Grant. That's what comes to mind. All I remember is, he was kind of like, we were at the beach.
Lurking.
And we were kind of like, why is this guy, like we were talking about, why does this guy keep following us around everywhere? We had left the hotel where he was following us around, and then all of a sudden he pops out the water and he's like, hey guys.
It was like something from an Austin Powers movie. It was just so funny.
But we were talking about him when he popped up. So we were
And he
literally like, this is so weird, this guy. And he was like, hey guys. We were like, hi, yay. Nice to see you here.
Someone emerges out of the water like all dripping wet as well, and it was like, hey guys. And we were like, this guy's going to kill us in our sleep.
Definitely. And we had so many great memories in Karuna. We were there for 3 days, and we only performed on the Saturday night. So the Friday was kind of our own. The Saturday during the day, we did a little bit of shopping, a lot of fun. But my favourite memory, Aaron, you've got to tell it.
Oh, well, yeah. My I don't. So speaking of shit hotels,
Exactly.
it actually wasn't too bad of a hotel. But we got back in after doing our dress rehearsal, I believe, and I got there and I went to put my drink down on the bench, and there was this absolutely manky, filthy cloth sitting there.
My God.
It was just
Was
like,
so
what is
funny.
this doing there? But look, I have to claim, I reckon I'm the first cross dresser in
Karuna.
So
Yeah.
They loved it.
I want to own
Amazing
that.
crowds.
Thank you very
They
much.
did. They loved it. And we then have number 6, our first Fringe show, LA Baby, where the Two Brunettes and a Gay all started. We'll tell you about that at another time, I think. Aaron getting a concussion in our Sydney show
Thanks,
at number
Celeste.
7, where Celeste pushed him off the stage.
Good
And he
times.
hit his head as he was going
Great
backstage
times.
and did the rest of the show in a concussion.
Yeah,
that
never
was
been
good.
the same since. Thanks, Celeste.
Fringe in the Mall with the Adelaide Fringe. Oh my goodness. We did so many Fringe in the Mall shows while we were promoting our shows in Gluttony.
Yeah.
Like we used to do days in the Fringe in the Mall and then nights.
I can't believe how many we used to do, but also like it was such a cold audience because you'd go there in the middle of the day, everyone's sitting there eating their lunch, and here I am in a Sia onesie outfit with a huge bulge, throwing it in people's faces.
He was in a
How did I have the guts to do that?
the tan-coloured leotard in the middle of Rundle Hall as a grown man, Aaron was.
Oh, my youth.
But this next one, X Factor.
Oh, God. X Factor. We could talk for hours about X Factor.
I don't know that we should say too much because we've ranted about this one before.
We have. But what an experience. I mean, working in reality television, you just get to know and understand that everything is contrived, fake, and, crap, really.
Yeah.
So if your dream or aspiration was to do an X Factor in Australia, I'll definitely go for it.
Down with the voice, down with X Factor.
This we mentioned last week. Your old car in the Fringe Parade.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
any of our listeners, we're not sure if you remember the days of the Fringe Parade.
Yep.
On the opening
Good
night, there used to be a
times.
Fringe Parade, and
Yeah.
we used to try and do it when we didn't
Down
have a
King
show
William.
time that clashed. Sometimes we used to have a show and try and fit in the Fringe Parade
Yeah.
at the same time as well. But we did our Fringe Parade one year, and we kind of like tizzied up this trailer, and it had all the lights on it.
That was the
and
second year. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
we were standing in the back of the trailer.
So good.
But what was that towed by, Aaron? The trailer was towed. We were standing in the back of the trailer while it was going really slowly, like we were waving to the audience like people cared.
Towed by the Astra.
Towed by the Astra, Aaron's
with a
Astra.
coat hanger keeping
that
the front
we
on
mentioned
together.
with the coat hanger. That's it. It was towed. It
We've
was good
definitely come
fun.
up in the world.
Good
We
times,
had
good times.
shows on the Port Princess and it broke down, which was fantastic.
My God.
Good memories.
The most hilarious thing is that I just remember us having to evacuate the Port Princess
Yep.
when it fell. When it got docked.
got bogged,
It
right?
got bogged.
Yeah, if any of you remember on the news a couple of years ago, the Port Princess getting stuck,
Yep.
Aaron was on that.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the Port Princess.
Good times. We did lots of great shows,
Christmas
lots of
shows.
Christmas shows, which were really fun. This next one, the first time we saw Aaron in some of his costumes, and one specifically that I remember was Aaron had a nun's habit made specifically for our opening number, which at the time was the opening number from Sister Act. And Deanna and I hadn't seen him in the costume yet because it literally got finished, I think, like the day or the day before our show started in that run. So we were doing our dress rehearsal at the venue and he runs on stage in his gold glitter nun's habit, and Deanna and I were gone. I could not pull it together.
We absolutely could not pull it together. But I'm glad we got that out before, like in rehearsal, because
Yeah.
if we had seen that for the first time too close to the show, like it wouldn't have been good.
No.
But this next one has to be one of my favourite memories of all time. Aaron, do you want to tell our listeners what you did?
It wasn't Aaron.
Well,
Oh, it was. Who was it?
It's your
it
ex-husband.
wasn't me. It
Oh,
was your
was it?
ex-husband that knocked over the penis paint. We were performing backstage. We were performing, and backstage in Gluttony, there was another artist, and he was very, very talented, and his act was that he would paint a portrait with his penis. Fantastic guy. Until your ex-husband, Deanna, knocked over the penis paint, and he was left with no paint for his penis.
He was livid.
He was really not happy.
He was livid.
He was not happy, and like he always had like 4 people at his show every night. I'm
Bless.
sorry, like bless, yes, but
Bless.
he always had like 4 people at his show every night, and
Yeah.
he was just, it was not a. It was funny though. God, we laughed about it for
So
ages.
hilarious. And I love the fact that it was still left over the
I
tent
know.
when we left. Hilarious.
And our final memory for tonight,
Yep.
Celeste, best memory of all. I feel like my best memory. She's looking at me like, which one's the best memory?
I don't know if I have a best.
No, I
Are
was
you
going to say,
asking me?
no, I think this next one is our best memory of all. Like, I feel like it's a milestone.
Okay,
It's a
this
big
was definitely a milestone, yeah. Getting the cover of the Advertiser.
Yeah.
When we woke up one Sunday morning, it was Advertiser or Sunday Mail? Sunday Mail.
Sunday Mail.
Woke up one Sunday morning to so many calls and text messages from people being like, you're on the front page. And we
Yeah.
had this big 2 Brunettes and a Gay
Don't want to say spread, but...
picture. We did have a spread as well.
Well, we had done
Sorry
the
about
photo
that.
shoot for... We knew we were going to be in the paper, but we thought just in the entertainment section
Yeah.
promoting Fringe. We did not expect that.
Yeah.
But, you know, always the silver lining. It was the worst photo we took.
It was hilarious. You got all these amazing photos, and it's always the way they pick the worst photo where you're like, oh, really? You picked that one?
And it was huge on the cover of the Sunday Mail, blown up.
Yeah. I
Good
remember that
times.
morning.
A3 size.
I walked into a cafe on the parade, and I was like, I got the Sunday Mail, and I kept holding it up to near my face when I was getting my coffee, like, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Seeing if anyone recognised me.
No one cares.
No one gave a crap.
No,
Someone
one
was like,
cares.
excuse me, and you were like, oh, yes, it was me on the front page of the Sunday Mail. And they were like, no, you're
I
just
need the
blocking
paper.
the walkway to the bathroom. Can you please move?
We're going to come back in with unpopular opinions. We decided to bring it back this week because we love to share a good unpopular opinion.
We love to be controversial.
We do. We want to follow the road less travelled.
Yeah.
You know,
Be honest.
Well done for getting that whole sentence correct, Deanna. That's a first for you.
you know, I am trying. I am pulling it together right now. I'm just keeping that articulation on point.
Articulation station.
Don't jinx me right
another
now. Thank you very much. No, unpopular opinions. We do like to be. We like to be honest. We like to be brutally honest.
Yep.
With each other, with everybody else.
Society.
We like to spread kindness while simultaneously being negative. So it's good.
While
it works.
simultaneously giving our unwanted opinions.
Yeah.
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 So here's some more unwanted and more unpopular opinions.
Mm-hmm.
See, Celeste, Aaron, are you ready?
I am born ready.
Go.
Pugs are ugly, not cute.
Oh, that's atrocious. I think pugs are cute.
I agree. Pugs are cute.
they're
Not when their eyes
cute.
pop out, though. That's gross.
I feel sorry for their breathing habits.
Deanna?
I don't think they're that cute. Sorry, no offense if you get a pug. Look, I mean, I think all animals are beautiful in their own way, but
You're just not about pug
I'm
life.
not about the pug life.
No.
I'm not about.
She's
the
about
pug
the
life.
thug life, not about the pug life.
I don't like dogs any size or breed. In fact, they smell.
No.
Okay. Get stuffed.
Yeah, bugger off.
Yeah,
What a bitch.
it's all dog. We're all dog people here. What's the point of Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I agree.
David
David.
was quick to agree with that.
Did you
one.
just call David Darren?
I'm Darren.
Darren David?
Deanna's
it's been a long
partner
show.
Brenton would be appalled by that
Sorry.
statement.
Sorry, Brendan.
He is a big fan of Ed
I can't
Sheeran.
stand him.
I like him.
No.
You know, not enough to go see him at his concert, but I think he's talented.
Oh, this one's controversial. Do we want me to throw in like a real controversial
Yeah,
one?
that's
Go.
what we're here for. Life's for living. Come on.
And then Aaron and I just don't answer.
You're the one that puts it out there.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Okay.
Political correctness is killing the honest opinion in this world.
100%.
A to the G to the R to the double E. Agree.
You know, I think anyone in the arts agrees with this. Because I think so much of the arts, especially in comedy, and, you know, something we're, you know, newer to is comedy and learning the art of more as well. So much of it is based on political incorrectness.
Of course it is. That's what's hilarious. It's what is creative. Anyway.
It's all about intention.
Yeah. Context, intention. That's all it comes down to.
Lord of the Rings is shite.
Never seen it, so I agree.
David's having heart failure on this one too.
All I know is there's a really little guy and it was filmed in New Zealand.
And is that the one? Is that the one with Gollum?
Yes.
Lord of the Ring.
Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen it. I've heard though it goes for like
I think
3
there's
and a bit
multiple,
hours,
isn't
doesn't
there?
it?
Isn't there multiple?
They're all about 3 hours.
Oh,
3 movies,
God,
3
that's
hours, and
9
we haven't
hours.
even seen 3 minutes of it.
That's a
I've seen the
commitment.
beginning of the first one.
Oh, so it went well.
Yeah, I've seen the.
Did you fall asleep or did you choose not to continue watching?
Oh no, I only saw it for the purpose of seeing the first part, which was about it was just a skit. So I saw the first part, but I haven't watched the rest. But you know what? I would watch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would watch it.
you would dedicate
Yeah.
yourself to
You
it.
let us know how that goes.
Yeah, I haven't yet, but
Fill us in.
one day when it comes in my field, I'll go for it. I think Simba from The Lion King is a little git.
What? Can someone give me the explanation of the term "git," please?
I think it rhymes with shit.
Yeah, I think it's probably about
What,
the same.
David? Fact check.
A git is an idiot.
Yeah.
I think it's a lion. It's an animated lion.
Yeah, but isn't it like this?
This is not a pug.
This is the thing though. Like, its dad gets killed, and then all of a sudden it's like, Hakuna Matata, I just want to be king.
He's coping
Like,
with the emotions of life.
How
that's a very quick
How
transition.
dare you come after Simba?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
How dare
Or Simba.
you?
Some JTT from back in the day. This one I definitely disagree with. Musicals are just awful.
Oh, disagree.
Aaron, don't say it.
Don't say it. I can't say I completely agree, but I somewhat agree. Some musicals are just plain awful. I hate cringeworthy musicals.
Every day is plain awful. That's actually a line from a musical.
Oh dear. Yeah,
This
no,
one-
it's too cheesy.
This one is funny. Baby on board stickers on the back of cars are a waste of time.
Yeah.
What is the point?
I don't know.
I think they're saying like be extra careful around my car, maybe.
But when I got my People 8s, I did have a pink little sticker that said "Babe" on board.
Did you really? I don't remember that. You loser.
As in Babe the pig on board.
Well, yes, Aaron, I was a little weightier back then. I don't want to bring it up.
I'm not body shaming you, Celeste.
Last one.
Disagree. Most women can't drive.
Okay, disagree.
I disagree. I'm going to say it already. Most women can't drive.
Disagree before you read the statement.
We didn't even listen to it.
All right, shoot.
I said most women can't drive.
I agree with that because Aaron can't. No, strongly disagree. I'm a fantastic driver.
I'm amazing too.
Yeah, no, I have to agree otherwise.
I'm going to say most gays can't drive. Or is that...
sure Mark can drive.
No, this is the thing in the gay community. What I've noticed in the gay community is that so many gays do not have their license or they can't drive. They've got no car, they can't drive, they've got no license. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, okay, so maybe
You should interview one.
It's
That's
just
the real statement.
Something scientific, maybe.
All right, that was fun. Unpopular opinions. Let us know if you like it. Slide into our DMs. If you don't like it, well, we have an unpopular opinion. Don't tell us. And if you love it, give us some unpopular opinions to discuss on our next show because we'd love to chat about them.
Yep.
All right, we're almost at the tail end of this show. Team, we need to know your Tuesday takeaways, your final thoughts. What's your wisdom for the week? Share your gifts with the world.
I love this segment. I like the way that we wrap this show up these days.
It's in a shiny, nice
and
little bow.
Celeste.
Look, being that it's our 21st birthday, I'm going to say celebrate the milestones. That's my Tuesday takeaway. Even it's only 21 shows, and you might be sitting there thinking, my God, you people celebrate the opening of an envelope. Yes, and you should. Because life is beautiful when you celebrate it.
I like it.
That is very lovely. Celebrate the milestones,
Yes.
not the
Yep.
gallstones.
Yes.
Aaron.
I like it. Well, actually, I put together a little poem.
A pen.
A little
poem.
poem.
A pen.
A little poem
prepared.
for us. I put it together in 2 seconds, so don't expect anything.
You're
wise.
awfully prepared.
I know. I feel like mine's going to be such an anticlimax after this.
Do we let Deanna go first?
Actually, maybe you go
Let's
first.
finish with the
Unless
pen.
Aaron's poems were really terrible.
It's probably
and
going to
then we'll-
bomb. So yeah, Celeste, Deanna. What
Oh,
is
it's
your
nice after 15 years that you still can't tell us apart.
No.
Deanna, what's your Tuesday takeaway?
Look, if you're stuck in something that's just like gut-wrenchingly boring and you don't know what you do with yourself, grab a bestie and have a few champagnes. By the end of it, you'll love it.
Okay.
That's my wisdom for the
Nice.
week.
We've got some very mild and wise takeaways this week.
If you're like,
think
I don't know what to do because this is so bad, and I just need to, like, I want to chew
Just
my
need to
arm
get
off.
through. Survival.
Survival. A few
Champagne.
champagnes.
Yeah.
I actually learnt that from you, Aaron. So I'm gonna tribute that to you.
Stop it. And you don't even need friends to drink. Let me tell you.
All right,
I drink by myself all the time.
let's finish this show with a little poem.
A little poem. All right, here we go. I'll put this together just for this show. We met for a reason, made for the stage, created our show, 2 brunettes and a gay. And many years later, things took a turn. We sought a new skill we wanted to learn. It took us a while, and we've started to grow. So let's raise a toast to our 21st show.
That was phenomenal. Absolutely. Cheers.
You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
That was phenomenal. And on
I
that
love
note,
that, Aaron. Thank
Cheers.
you. And cheers to 21, not
with our
years.
water
Cheers
bottles.
to 21 shows in 15 years.
Yeah, here's to another 21.
Here we go. You're stuck
Shows.
with us for a little while longer. So if
Seconds.
you're listening live and you like being stuck with us, head to the podcast. Available on all of your major podcasting platforms. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast, catch us live on the Radio Italia Uno Adelaide app at 5 p.m. every Tuesday. We've had a great show.
Fabulous show. And we're finally of age.
We are.
Now have a fabulous week, and we'll see you
next Tuesday.
Ciao, Adelaide. It's your favourite trio, two brunettes and a gay, here to remind you to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for your drive home.
Expect the best beats, sassiest segments, and plenty of piping hot tea from the weekly rumour mill. And let's be honest, we know us Italians love a good gossip.
So tune in at 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here on your number one station, Radio Italia Uno, 87.6 FM.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.